Right, here we are in the glamorous town of Beddau, or Beddau. Beddau is what the locals call it. Beddau is like this proper Welsh you're supposed to use, and that means grades. And this is where I went to school. So it's got a particular interest to me where that name comes from and everything. I got my friend here, David. He's a quick plug for his company, who knows this area really well. Has got some ideas about that. And just to give you an idea where we are, in the background there, you can actually see the Garth very clearly. You can see the three mounds, and just across to it, so by those trees, probably behind where that house is, that's Rue Saison, which is where we say there's the sort of ridge of the Saxons. So maybe this has got some connection with that. So how does this work then? Why is it Beddau?
Well, Beddau, obviously Beddau, which obviously means the graves. So the Welsh people and the Welsh history tells us we name places after what's there. So the only reason this is called Beddau is because there's graves here. Yes. We wouldn't call it that otherwise. Down the bottom here is a place called Tynant, which is tea and an ant. And there's an old house that was right by the river. So this is how we name things. So once again, using this fantastic terminology, anyone from Beddau will know what this area is called. It's called the Tumps. Because this whole ground was covered in tumps, and there's a remnants of two left right at the end.
Wow.
So this whole, when I grew up here, this whole area was covered in these little tiny divots and mounds. This car park didn't exist. And if you look behind, you can see where the house is. So you see this road that they built here, and why has it gone around here like that? What is this circumnavigating?
Yeah, why is this bit not built on?
Why didn't it do it here? And then the houses all come up to here. The houses come up so far, and these houses come over to here. The people, when they were building and planning this, clearly knew that there was something here of importance. But nobody's made that
burial site or something.
So nobody's made that leap of faith. Well, it's Beddau, and there's tumps of ground here that look very similar to the small burial mounds you see for fallen warriors, etc. Obviously, from a location point of view, you've got the Caira, which is sort of essentially just up over the tump there down into Cross End.
Castles, of course,
So if you can imagine that was a stronghold, and Llantrisant as well. You've got Dan Caerlan, there's the village, the little estate now, but obviously that's Dan Caerlan, just underneath the upper Caira.
Right. You speak Welsh as well, don't you?
Yeah. So there's obviously a higher hill fort there. Then you've got Caira, there's another hill fort. So clearly it was densely populated. So if warriors were falling or people of certain standing would die, they'd have to bury them somewhere. Well, you're not going to bury them right next to where you are. Well, this is sort of travelling east from there. And if you can imagine, again, looking at this, you've come up over the top of the hill and you're looking at a peaceful little area to bury your fallen soldiers. So you just go up over this tump, drop down slightly the other side, you're facing east. Now you can see there's a massive tump there, which is the old coal tip, which didn't exist before. You'd have this valley dipping down, and the sun is going to rise in that direction.
Wow.
So what a perfect little quiet valley, which would have been no population there, because it was everyone lived the other side of the hill.
Because we were brought up under the clouds of the coking works, weren't we?
Yeah. So the geography.
It's called the Cum, isn't it? It's called the Valley, and that's the name of the works there, isn't it?
Cum Colliery and Cum Coke Works.
Yeah.
So you can imagine this, prior to that mound there, you could see the two hills either side. They would have dipped into a bit of a valley, and the sun would be coming up in that sort of direction.
And they plant the tip right on the line of the sun.
Yeah, so this would have been all basked in sunshine, wouldn't it, first thing in the morning? Which obviously the sunrise is again important, isn't it? I've tried looking for some good old photographs, but they're very grainy. There is one on there, you can see all the different tumps and jagged places where, and they're all following that sort of, that lie in the land.
So east over there. Well, the sun normally rises above east. It's a bit of a myth it rises in the east.
This is normally above.
Yeah, it'll be from there to there. Yeah, you'll go back and forth along that area.
So it'll generally come up in that valley.
It'd be really interesting to work out what the exact angle is, and you could work out that might be the northern limit and the southern limit.
And the dip, the middle dip, would have been pretty much smack in the middle of that hill.
Right. Perfect. Let's go and look at those tumps then.
Because when we always used to grow up here, we always see the sun rising up over the cum tip. We always used to laugh. If they built the bloody tips away, we'd see sun earlier in the morning. So this now is used as a training field. So this is where Beddau Mini Juniors uses one of their training pitches. And they all call it the Tumps now.
It's still called the Tumps, and it's still bumpy, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously this has been flattened.
You can still tell it's not...
It's not perfect.
But someone's levelled it off, not knowing any better, probably.
Yeah, well, how would they? And it's still been used as a green area.
Yeah, I'm sure the Warriors appreciate the company. Young rugby players running around.
I mean, producing our future Warriors to want to have hallowed turf in the Millennium Stadium.
That's it. Here's the last couple of Tumps, perhaps.
And this is what it's all like. This is why it's known as the Tumps. Because it's just covered in mounds like this.
Well, I never knew that. Well, I went to school just over that hill. And there's Beddau IFC, there's the rugby ground right there.
And you can see, the size of that mound is...
Oh, the ideal, they do look like ancient mounds. That's amazing. Oh, top work, Dave, that's absolutely amazing.
And everyone still calls it the Tumps.
It's still called the Tumps.
And nobody even thinks, yeah, I might be completely wrong. I might be putting 2 and 2 and coming up with 8, but it just all...
We've got the Tumps in a place called the Graves. And it's got mounds on it.
Yeah, and
it's not too massive a leap, is it?
And
it should at least be recognised as a possibility, let's put it that way.
Oh God, yeah.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed that and found it informative. Britain's Hidden History Group has so much more going on our YouTube channel. The one you're watching now, there's a live stream, 8 o'clock UK time every Sunday. We speak to people like Wilson and Blackett, reprint their old books and help produce new ones. We go researching to the tops of mountains, all the way down to the bottoms of caves. Busily recording the books so you can listen to them as well, and looking at mysteries and working out what we're not being taught in schools and preserving it, because the physical and written evidence is rapidly disappearing. You can also find out how to read ancient writing and hieroglyphs using the Welsh language. It's amazing. There's a Facebook group where this is being discussed. Along with a website, you can buy the books and help us. Also, as you can see, there's now a Patreon page where just a few pounds a month will make all the difference in trying to keep the project going and preserve this history for future generations, and also to find out for ourselves what is going on, what is Britain's hidden history. So until the next time, Heddwch!